Welcome to Nudge Your Child Ahead. I'm Chris Battle, a teacher, tutor, and the director of a tutoring centre here in Bedford. I've spent more than 20 years helping children learn in classrooms, one-to-one tutorials, and family homes, and I've reached one very clear conclusion: that much of what parents are told about education simply isn't true. Parents are bombarded with advice from schools, from parenting experts, from social media. This advice is often contradictory, and sometimes it's built on ideology rather than evidence. Schools have to promote the idea that every child learns the same way, that success is just a matter of applying the right method, the right policy, or the right curriculum. But if you're a parent, you already know that much of that is nonsense. You can see that your children are different in temperament, in motivation, in their curiosity. The truth, supported by the best modern science, is that those differences matter. They're not inconvenient details to be trained out. They are the foundation of how each child learns. When I started teaching, I was expected to prove in every lesson plan that I was catering for different learning styles, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, or I wouldn't be rated a good teacher. That was the orthodoxy of the time. Ironically, today that very idea is dismissed as unscientific, and rightly so. Yet education as a profession keeps swapping one fad for another, while ignoring the stable, replicable findings that behavioural scientists have been publishing for decades. Researchers like the behavioural geneticist Robert Plomin have shown that children's inherited talents and aptitudes explain as much about their outcomes as the schools they attend or the parenting styles they're exposed to. That doesn't mean that environment doesn't matter. Of course it does, but it means parents and teachers must start from a realistic understanding of who a child is, not who they wish they were. Behavioural genetics, cognitive science, developmental psychology, they all tell us the same thing. Education works best when it fits the learner, not the ideology. That's why I've created Nudge Your Child Ahead. Each weekday, I'll take one real-world issue that parents face, from reading struggles and exam anxiety to motivation and confidence, and unpack what's really going on. You'll get actionable advice drawn from two sources. First, from my own experience working with hundreds of families and students. And second, from the insights of modern science, psychology, behavioural genetics, cognitive theory, translated into plain English. This is for the informed parent, the curious, the questioning, sometimes the frustrated, occasionally the desperate, the parent who senses that the standard advice just doesn't fit their child. My aim isn't to attack schools, but to give parents a clearer map of the terrain, so you can make better choices, ask better questions, and build your child's learning around who they really are. Because when education aligns with biology, with the personality and the reality of a child, that's when children truly start to thrive.